Fit for this life and the next. You deserve the very best. Work for this life and the next. You deserve the very best.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm your host, Man Khalifa, and welcome to a new episode of Your Body Has Rights. This program is about showing you different types of sports, from the least challenging to more challenging sports. But before I begin, I want to remind you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has entrusted us with our bodies, that we have to keep them well and fit. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to us in a hadith that the strong Muslim is better and more dear to Allah than the weaker Muslim, yet both are good. This was narrated by Abu Huraira and transmitted by Imam Muslim. Now today I have a very exciting sport to show you. It's called parkour or free running. This sport is very challenging, and we are going to show you the beginners, from beginners, intermediate, and advanced, how the sport progresses. So please stay tuned with us and let's begin.
Fit for this life and the next. You deserve the very best. Work for this life and the next.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, dear viewers, to Your Body Has Rights. Today we have an exciting sport to show you. It's called parkour, in English, free running. Before we start, I remind you to say not only Bismillah, but to say Bismillah alladhi la yadurru ma ismi shay'un fil ardi wala fis sama' wa huwa as-sami'ul alim. In the name of Allah, in whose name nothing will harm, and He is the most hearing, the most knowing. This is very important because this sport is a bit dangerous. I always, when I'm doing any sport, I make this dua. Even though if I said it in the morning and I'm going to say it again in the evening, but I do it before the sport as well. This way Allah protects me against any harm, inshallah. So we're going to start with the warm-ups. The captain is going to show the warm-up, and sometimes we have to explain it. We might not be able to show every single move or every single warm-up because some of them require that we go on the floor and so on. So he will start. Let's begin. تفضل. Okay. So it's very important. Any type of sport that is intensive, or jogging. أنت كمل. تمام. It's very important to do like jogging or like fast walking. So you know, like we warm up before jogging, but jogging itself is a warm up for this type of sport because it's more intense. So first we do, let's say, about نقول 5 دقائق.
5 دقائق.
We do about 5 minutes of jogging. Even you can do it standing still, but if you have a treadmill or if you can jog in outdoors, please do that. بعدين الحركة الثانية أو الحركات الثانية.
رجل 11 تسوي.
Okay. So also, as you can see, there's lots of stretching and exercises that makes your body more flexible. Okay. So flexibility training. So by touching your toes, and he's demonstrated how you touch your toe. This is good for the back, extending the back muscles and preparing also the hamstrings.
Awesome.
Now here you open your legs as much as you can, and then also, you know, kind of touch the ground. I'm not opening my legs as I should, but I touch the ground and I keep on slightly touching the ground up and down.
Okay.
Again, these are all flexibility exercises.
Squat.
And here, I think we've shown this one before, maybe in other programs. but this is also for the flexibility of the inner thigh muscles. So making those muscles more flexible, because this type of sport requires flexibility, lots of flexibility. So you just go up and down, opening the legs wide open. You know, you open it as much as you can. Of course, this will progress as you do this, these type of warm-ups. You can open your legs as he's doing. So open it as much as you can and keep those, you know, knees open. Don't close the knees like this. Always they're open. And then just sit down with your back straight. Sit down as if you're sitting on a chair with your back straight. Okay? So you do that how many minutes? كم دقيقة تقريبا؟
1
نسوي
minute.
دي. So all these that we've shown so far, other than the jogging, what was 5 minutes, the other ones we do it for 1 minute. Okay?
Jump.
Okay.
Squat.
So notice now this type of jump, he pulls his knees to his chest. Okay?
Okay.
So this is another important warm-up for the sport. ورينا كمان another time. So you notice how he jumped, he touches, he was straight in the air, and then you know, the way to do this properly is to think, I'm going to touch my knees to my chest. Of course, they won't touch, but when you jump and think this way, then you do it properly. Otherwise, your body will lean forward or backward, and you won't be able to do it properly. كم مرة بنسوي الحركة دي؟
30.
3
30.
30.
30.
So the jump, we do 30 repetitions of the jump. Please show us another warm-up. Again, flexibility warm-up. See, going down to the floor and up.
Down.
If you notice, his ankles are not are touching the ground. So this is a bit hard. I can't even do that. I have to go on my tippy toe. Okay, but to go like this, that's a bit more challenging. You know, to put your heel on the ground is a bit more challenging. But he can easily do it. Okay, so we do, let's say, another كم العدد اللي نسويه؟
20.
20. So we do 10 on each side. Okay, can you show us another one? ورينا حركة تانية.
Okay.
Again, like you see, it's all flexibility exercises. He's leaning forward, and you know his knee is going to cover his foot. So when you don't see your foot, it means you're doing it properly. Okay, and then the back foot is 90 degrees. To notice his back foot is 90 degrees, and it's stretched all the way. And then his back is straight, and square, and he just pushes forward. Okay, pushing forward.
Okay.
Again, we do 10 on each side, 20 repetitions. Okay. كمان حركة تانية.
Okay.
Another warm up. Okay. So it's the same move we did earlier, but now with the jump. So you're jumping and alternating legs. You jump and alternate your legs. How many of those? 30?
30.
So we do this 30 times. Okay? Another one. You have في كمان.
Stretching.
So now stretching the upper body. Okay? And here he's just rotating his arm. This stretches the shoulder muscles and as well as the chest muscles. Okay?
Okay.
And you do this again 10 on each side. So you do one arm or you do both arms at the same time. So you do it 10 times. Now ورينا كمان في حركات تانية.
Stretching.
Okay. So this is another stretching exercise. Okay. Now notice we said before that you warm up, you do the sport, and then you stretch. But some sports also you stretch before, and then also you do it after. انت قول لي لما نخلص يعني انت في كمان
ماشي
حركات.
فيه. Okay.
Okay. Again, another stretching. This is for the shoulder. So you try to touch your fingers to your spine. So if I go backwards like this, it'll touch my spine. Okay. And then I hold it for a little bit, about 10 seconds. when I'm doing warm-ups, I count to 10. When I'm doing stretching, I count to 30 to 40 seconds. So I'm doing stretching after the exercise, and I'm doing the same type of move. I count to 40, but when I'm warming up, I just count to 10, and I move on to the next warm-up.
Okay.
Hold on. And this one is for increasing flexibility in the legs, as well as warming up the back.
Okay.
Okay.
10.
See how he stretches his back and leans backwards, works out the lower back muscles. This way, you're well prepared. So it's basically a whole body warm-up, but slightly different than we've shown before. Come on.
Okay.
Okay. So here, now notice this is a new one. We haven't seen this one before. Why you need to rotate the, your wrist? Because there's lots of strain on the wrist in this sport. You have to put all your weight on your wrist in some of the moves. So you have to warm it up very extensively. And another warm-up.
Okay.
So you know another wrist warm-up by rotating both wrists at the same time. Okay.
Okay.
Again, when you do these, you count to about 10 to 20. Okay. So if I'm doing both hands, I'm going to count to 10 because both are working at the same time. But if I'm doing one hand at a time and I do 10 and the other one 10. Okay.
Okay.
بعدين في
تمام.
حاجة تانية؟
ناخد ده.
Okay. So this one is both for shoulders, okay, and stretching your back muscles and the shoulders at the same time. So if I see it from here, so you're doing like this,
Okay.
either by standing with shoulder widths apart, okay, and again you count to 10.
Okay.
Another one.
On. On.
Okay, this is for the waist. So twisting and looking backwards toward your back by rotating also your arms. كمل.
Okay.
Okay. Again, you count this one because it's on each side, so you're going to count to 20. So this is one time, one still, two, and then I count this way. I count 20 in total because I'm doing each side separately.
كده احنا عملنا الاسترتشات. بيفضل بقى تمرينات التقويه اللي هي سوي تحميل على العضله عشان العضله تبقى اقوى. لكن ده تمرين الاسترتش، ممكن نخلص الاسترتش بعد كده نخش نتمرن بس.
طيب. So this is just to begin. It's a warm up to begin the actual sport. But there's also some exercises that are for strength, and these we will have to show you later. Now he's ready. Basically, he's ready to begin practicing the parkour, and let's go and show you some of the moves that they will do. It's going to be very exciting. Just stay with us. We'll be right back.
بصوا يا جماعه، هخش اول حركه، هطلع اقف فوق واعمل لاندنج رول. اهم حاجه عايز تطلع تقف فوق بمشط رجلك. لما اعمل الجامب بتاع اللاندنج لازم اعمل جامب لفوق، انزل بمشط رجلي. وانا اول ما انزل ايديا واروح اعمل رول. اتفضل.
So this is the beginner's level of parkour. The idea is to bypass this hurdle, and then after you pass it, you need to roll.
اقف فوق.
So this is the beginners. It could be one day or a few days, and then after a year of training, they should move on to intermediate level.
Roll.
So basically, passing over the hurdle and rolling.
اقف فوق لاندنج. يلا رول.
First land, then roll. So they have to land first, stand on the hurdle, land, and then roll.
خش مونكي فول.
Okay.
مونكي. Good. Okay, monkey.
So this is monkey by So what is the difference? شو الفرق كابتن؟
المفروض ان هو يعمل مونكي يعدي ينزل هنا برجله ما يحطش رجله فوق، هم لسه في مرحله التعداد فيها.
So monkey meaning you just jump over the hurdle without touching it.
اعمل مونكي
But
تاني
since they're
عدي.
beginners and some are smaller or younger, so they can't without touching the hurdle. So monkey is basically touch it with your hand, and don't put your feet or legs on the hurdle.
This is monkey.
I think you've seen that, you know, by like
يلا.
if you have an individual, he can bend over his back straight and then you jump over them.
خش
So
lazy.
that's a basic monkey jump.
Lazy.
Lazy.
vault.
So this is a lazy jump by putting.
dash. ممكن.
So lazy, what's the difference? شو الفرق يا كابتن؟
ان هو بيعدي الحاجز بالجنب. بيعدي الحاجز بالجنب، بيحط
بيحط ايده على
ايد، بعد كده لما الرجل بتعدي بيبتدي يبدل تشينج، بيعمل تشينج بايده الثانيه.
So this move is about passing the hurdle sideways.
داش.
ورينا على
ممكن نغير معاهم نشتغل حاجه ثانيه هنا.
ورينا مره كمان على السايدويز اللي بتيجي من الجنب.
ليزي. ايوه ليزي. ماشي، ممكن نورينا ليزي. Lazy.
So this is the lazy.
راحة.
Lazy jump. Okay. See, he used one hand and then he switched to the other hand. After his body passed, he used the other hand. Show me another lazy.
Lazy.
Okay, we tried. Now this is the hero. Let me see. Almost.
ممكن نعمل هش.
Nice jump.
اعمل داش.
Okay. Dash. Now it's another move called dash.
This is dash.
So he jumped over and used his hands to support himself. So he used the hands after the jump.
ماشي. ممكن نعمل تشينج بقى هنا، نشتغل حاجة تانية.
طيب.
تعالوا كده. خلص يا حسين، تعالوا انتوا.
Okay, now we're gonna work on the mats.
ممكن.
Without using a hurdle.
ممكن نقعد هنا كده. هات ياسين الأول. ياسين اقعد هنا. افتح حوض. افتح حوض. ممكن نفتح حوض. كده في الأرض. ماشي، حط ايديك يلا.
So here he did the splits.
قوم هاند ستاند، يلا اقف على ايديك.
And then he's gonna do a handstand.
زق بايديك فوق جامد. بص برجلك.
With his legs split. So handstand with the split. You can call it reverse split handstand.
اقفل رجلك. انزل قبة. جود. ماشي. مصطفى. افتح حوض بالراحة.
So these are the beginners exercises so they can progress in parkour. Slowly they can progress.
افتح حوض. ما بتمشيش. بص قدامك.
So handstand is very important. These are some of the exercises that you do after the warm-up. You do push-ups, handstands, and sit-ups. Lots of
اقفل رجلك. فوق، ارفعها فوق. يلا دخل دماغك جوه الظهر.
So it's a key exercise in parkour to be able to do a handstand. As a beginner, of course, they can't do the handstand, so they're practicing on it
نعمل قبة.
with the help of the coach.
ممكن ننزل قبة بالراحة.
And he's doing a bridge. After the bridge, can he do a handstand? Maybe no, just the bridge. Okay, yes, he has to be able to push himself and do a handstand and flip over. That was nice. So bridge. Handstand. Bridge, handstand, and flip over.
Good. over كده.
Remember always to do your stretching after your workouts. The way you do stretching is you hold your, for example, a specific position for 40 seconds. So if I'm stretching my shoulder muscles, I just hold it I push it all the way and I count to 40. You know, I won't count to 40 now because it will be too boring for you, but I will pretend I'm counting to 40. Now it's 30 and 40 seconds. Then I'll switch, stretch the other arm, shoulder stretches, 30. I'm just holding, I'm pressing on above my elbow so I can feel the stretch here. Okay, that's 40 seconds. Now another stretch. Also this is for the back of the shoulder. Okay. And I hold it again for 40 seconds. Stretches helps you to recover, so the muscle recovers and then you're ready for next time. Next time you do your workouts, you'll be ready. Your muscle won't hurt as much. However, if you are a beginner, don't be disappointed that you'll have pain at the beginning. Probably the first few weeks, that's normal. You shouldn't have pain in the joints, only in the muscles. And eventually you won't have pain if you're consistent, if you keep on working out. So if you're going to work out only once a week, you're going to feel the pain over and over and over. So you need to work out at least 5 times a week. But if the worst case scenario, you work out 3 times a week. Now we can stretch the stomach muscle by just extending our hands backwards. That also you can do on the ground, but I'm going to do it while standing. I just stretch a little bit backwards. That's also stretch for the back and the stomach muscles and the abs. Just extend my arms and I count to 40, 20, 30, and 40. Today we have shown you an exciting sport, parkour, free running. If you have any challenge or any suggestions or comments, please email it to us. Our email address is yourbody@huda.tv. That's yourbody@huda.tv. I leave you in the care of Allah, and until next time for another exciting episode. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Fit for this life and the next. You deserve the very best. Work for this life and the next. You deserve the very best. Work for this life and the next.